Welcome to online classes DO Nalgonda. We have learned simple circuits in our previous classes, and today we will take some of the devices which we have used in our previous classes. Let us consider two copper wires. AB is one copper wire, C and D is the another copper wire, and let us take one bulb. Okay, this is bulb B, and this is a battery. This is a switch. This is a switch. If we connect all these in a simple to form a simple electric circuit, let us see here. This is the bulb. AB wires and the CD, two wires are connected to two terminals of the battery. Now a battery is connected to one of the wires, switch is connected. Now the electric circuit is completed. This is battery, this is switch. If the switch is closed, once switch is closed, the bulb starts glowing. Okay, if the switch is open, bulb stops glowing. Let us replace this AB and CD copper wires with a nylon wire. With the nylon wires. Though we use battery and the switch, if the switch is on, the bulb doesn't glow. What is the reason behind this? Can you guess? Can you imagine? When the copper wires are there in the electric circuit, bulb started glowing. If the wires are replaced with the nylon wire or any rubber kind of things, though we use the battery and the switch, the bulb doesn't glow, bulb doesn't work. It means as long as the copper wires are placed connected in electric circuit, the bulb glows. If the copper wires are replaced with the nylon wire, bulb doesn't work, though we use battery and the switch. So what's the reason behind this? For example, if we use copper wires AB and CD, if the battery is not there in the electric circuit, in this case also battery doesn't glow. So we have discussed three cases. In one case, copper wires battery is there, bulb is working. Instead of copper wires, the nylon wires are replaced, though battery is there, bulb doesn't work. Okay, and though copper wires are there, the bulb is not inserted in the electric circuit, bulb doesn't work. See, under some special conditions only, bulb starts glowing or the bulb starts working. What is the reason behind this? Okay, under these special conditions, we can divide the substances into two types. A kind of substances which allow the energy to pass through it and to glow the bulb, and there are some other kind of things, some other physical things that do not allow the energy to pass through it. So okay, the materials like copper, we call them as conductors, because these kind of materials allow the electrical energy to pass through it. So that's why these kind of substances are called as conductors, electrical conductors. In second case, we used nylon wires. This kind of substances do not allow the electric. We call them as non-conductors. Non-conductors. Because the substances like nylon wires, they do not allow the electrical energy to pass through it. So that's why the substances can be divided into two types. The first type is conductors and the second type is non-conductors. As long as the conductors are there in the electrical circuit, bulb starts working. If these conductors are replaced with the nylon wires, or we call it as non-conductors, bulb doesn't work. So that we can divide the substances two types, that is conductor, the second is non-conductor. Okay, you have some idea on the conductors and non-conductors, and I'll ask you a question is, can you give some examples from your daily life observations, the conductors and the non-conductors? Okay, and we have suppose consider the same electric circuit. If the switch is on, if the switch is closed, it means if the switch is closed, the bulb glows. If the switch is open, if it is not closed, bulb doesn't glow. Though all the elements are there in the electric circuit, all the elements are included or connected to each other, if the switch is not closed or the switch is not on, so the bulb doesn't work out, bulb doesn't glow. Can you explain the reason behind this? As long as the switch is closed, bulb glows. If the switch is open, bulb doesn't glow. To understand this reason, I'll explain you. For example, let us take one conductor. This is a conductor, or this is we can take a copper wire A, B. Okay, if it is in the open circuit, it means it is not connected to electrical circuit and the switch is open. So at that particular moment, there are some positively charged particles. They are fixed in the nucleus. They cannot move. But there are some electrons. They can move randomly. Randomly in the conductor. Now you imagine any area cross section along this conductor. If it is not in electric circuit and the switch is open, then the number of electrons leaving this area which is imagined by you and the number of electrons which are entering into this region are equal. It means there is no net flow of electrons. As long as the net flow of electrons are not there, we cannot find any electric current in the circuit. So this is the reason why when the circuit is open, bulb doesn't glow. Bulb is not working. Bulb doesn't glow. So once the switch is closed, what will happen? We can imagine like this. If the switch is closed, this battery starts working and it does some work. All the electrons can move. This battery makes all the electrons to move in a specific direction, or we can explain in other terms is the bulb works. Okay, so when the conductor is in the circuit and the switch is closed, battery does some work on the electrons and the battery works on the electrons to move all the electrons in a specific direction. At this moment we can find the net flow of electrons in the conductor. It means when the conductor is in the circuit and the switch is closed, we can find n number of electrons are leaving the area cross section which we imagine. In the second condition, in the second case, it means when the switch is closed, we can find the net flow of electrons through the conductor A, B. So that in the second case, this conductor allows the electrons to pass through it. Due to this reason, we can find the electric current is passing through the bulb if the bulb starts working. otherwise the bulb glows. So that is the reason why when the conductor and the bulbs are in the circuit, though the switch is not closed, we cannot find net flow of electrons in a conductor. So as the net flow of electrons we cannot find in the conductor, we cannot expect electric current in that circuit. Where there is no electric circuit, bulb doesn't glow. Due to this reason, the conductor and the bulb and the battery, they are closed, they are in a closed circuit. We can find electric current in the circuit. We can let Q is the charge passing through the area which we imagine. If Q is the charge can be measured in terms of Coulomb. Charge can be measured in terms of Coulomb. Okay, based on this conclusion, we can explain what is electric current. Electric current is can be defined the net flow of electric charge in t intervals of time. Net flow of electric charge in t seconds. If the electric current is indicated with I is equals to Q by T. Electric current can be measured in terms of amperes. One more question is, if the distance between the switch and the bulb is too long, though it is too long, once the switch is on, at that particular second the bulb glows. It doesn't take any time to glow when the switch is on. At the instance of the time when we switch on, at that particular instance the bulb starts glowing. It means we can imagine that electrons will travel with a higher speed. So that's not actual reason. Once we switch is on in the electric circuit, the battery sets electric field in. Okay, we can imagine that the electrons travel with a higher speed. Actually, electrons do not speed with the higher velocities. We will discuss the topic in the next class. Thank you.